I'm Zach DeMarco. I'm here with Mr. Ulrich. We're going to talk about electric cars. First question is, what are the biggest challenges facing the adoption of electric cars today?
I think it's going to be the American way. Everybody through the 60s and 70s got addicted to muscle cars, and Americans have always liked cars that go fast, and they don't care if they're gas guzzlers. It's tradition. We like cars that make noise and cars that go fast. So that's going to be the biggest obstacle in the way.
How do you see the future of electric cars over the next decade?
I think they're going to become adopted more and more. You're going to see more and more cars that are electric on the road. You already see some Teslas, right? You see quite a few of them on the road, and then there's some other I would say domestic cars that are being made that are like the Ford, Chevys, some different types. So I think you'll see more and more. I think in the next 10 years it'll really go up.
What are the environmental benefits of using electric cars over gas-powered cars?
Environmental benefits of an electric car, and I've driven an electric car, and it's pretty neat. You're driving around and you're thinking, there's nothing coming out the exhaust pipe. I press on the gas, the car goes. There's no waste at all. So I think people say, well, you got to create the energy somehow. It's a lot more efficient to produce energy in volume by electricity. So power plants are much more efficient than having tiny little engines, each of them that are internal combustion engines producing that same energy. So the benefits environmentally are going to be huge.
How do electric powered vehicles compare in extreme weather conditions compared to normal vehicles?
In extreme weather conditions, electric cars are probably going to have some major problems. We all know that batteries don't work very well. They don't hold a charge when it gets really, really cold. And we've all heard the horror stories like in North Dakota with electric cars being stranded on the highway because they can't go. That's going to be an issue. That's not going to go away. That's definitely going to be a drawback. You ask most any person that's driving a diesel-powered truck how they manage when the temperature goes below zero. Not very many of them do well either. So there's limitations there, but I don't know that they're completely and totally insurmountable.
In your opinion, should electric powered cars be integrated in society?
That's kind of a loaded question, and I'm not sure exactly which way you're going with that. I'm personally for letting the free market do what it needs to do. So, forcing it on to people with, higher taxes in fuel and gas is probably not the right thing to do. Making it a taxpayer thing where you're incentivizing it a whole lot, that's probably somewhat necessary to get it going. But in the end, if they can't run, on their own without government help, then I don't think it should be done. Do I think it's going to happen? Absolutely. You guys are going, if you're in high school now, the reality of it is it's going to become economical for you to drive an electric car at some point during your adult lives. There's no question about that. I've considered owning one myself already, believe it or not, because I just think there's such huge benefits. You can charge that car at a fraction of the cost of what it costs to fill your vehicle up at the gas pump. Problem is, I just don't think I can pull my cattle trailer around with an electric truck at this point. I don't think that's feasible. So, should they be integrated? Absolutely. Are they being integrated? They are. And I think you're going to see that happen. But I'm hoping that it's the fair market that does that and not government incentives that do it.
All right, that's everything. Mr. Ulrich, thank you.